Andy Forrest, team runner here, and welcome back to another race vlog. And today is the day of the Magor 10K. Right, time to swap to head cam. Go and grab a warm up with the boys before the race. 35 minutes to go, feeling good, feeling fresh. Back's a little bit tight, but fingers crossed that will loosen up once I've done a little bit of a warm up jog. So got the bib number, got the shoes on, going for the next percents today, saving the alpha flies for London. Got the heart rate monitor. Anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so. I think it's time to see how we get on. I'm in that kind of mood to go out there fast and hold pace, not be conservative and warm into it. So we'll see how that plays out today. Feels a little bit breezy, so out in these country lanes that might come back to bite me. But hey, do you know what? We only live once. Let's go and have a good go and let's see how we do. So there we go, back at the car, race done, massive PB. That is absolutely insane. Great little medal here. If I can get it out of my headphones. No, I can't, it's all tangled up. So yeah, brilliant. Really appreciate what Chepstow Harriers did there. Great event. I love Magor 10K, it's such a good route. I've lost my voice, it's a bit croaky. So I want to give a massive shout out to the marshals and volunteers of that one. It was brilliant, as always, seamless. A little bit of an issue with the results at the moment, so I don't know the official time, but my watch says 33:37, but it might be 36 or 35. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it is a massive PB, probably like nearly 20 seconds, and it's exactly what I was hoping for. But the race didn't go as I thought it would go. Let's dive into that very quickly. Let's give you a quick race recap, because that was awesome. And I do apologise if some of the footage is no good. It was obviously raining, as you saw, and I was trying to wipe the lens, but whether I made it better or worse, I have no idea. So if some of the footage was terrible, I really do apologise. But I have to say, that was insane. I'm just getting my Strava up. So we did a warm-up, and it was windy in our faces, and when we turned around, we did a little out and back. It was behind us, so I kind of knew that going balls to the wall at the beginning like I wanted to might be really stupid. So the course is basically you run out, and then if you guys have seen the Rose-in race that I've done on the channel, it was only a video a few weeks back, you do like a loop of 2 miles. Well, you tag onto that loop, you do one of those loops, and you come back the other way. You do a little out and back around a cone, or around a person in this case, and then back to the start. So the way out was going to be fully into the wind, and that was about 2.6 miles. So I kind of knew that I had to be careful. But what was beautiful about today is I felt like I had iron lungs, and I cannot begin to explain how good that felt. So dropped to 5:26 for the first mile, settled in, a couple of runners went past me, then I went back past them, and I sat in 8th place or 9th place, I think it was. And I just sat there in no man's land. Basically, as you saw from the camera, there was a little pack ahead of me. I couldn't quite get to them, but I got them in the end, which was awesome. And then I dropped to 5:32 when the wind was quite intense, and at that point I started to get a bit demoralised, because I felt like this is really good, this is really easy, but I don't want to use up too much energy now, but at the same time I don't want to drop too far back. So I was kind of fighting in my mind, but there was really nothing I could do. And then I finally got to the turnaround around 2.6 miles. My watch was showing 5:35 at that point. But what was really interesting then is at the turnaround, about 2.7-ish, 2.6 miles, I felt like I had a new lease of life. It was insane. And that third mile ended up being a 5:26. And bearing in mind, to go sub 34, you have to run 5:27 and below. So I thought, okay, that's good. And I just saw Corey fly off into the distance, who, massive shout out to Corey, went sub 33 today. He ran a 32 57, 58, 59-ish, which is insane. His training's been going so well, so a massive respect to Corey. My goal was just to keep him in sight today, and basically what happened was he was running in a pack, and he single-handedly strung that pack out. He went, picked them all off, and they all tried to keep up with him, and he broke the pack, which was great for me, because I then went, right, I smelt blood, and I was like, I'm having you, and you. And I went in the next mile or 2 miles, I went past 5 people, and I dropped a 5:10 mile on mile 4, and I really surged, and I thought, this is either going to go tits up or this is going to be heroic. I don't know what it's going to be, but I really noticed after mile 4 that I was breathing a lot harder, but it still felt okay. I felt like I could hold this for another 2 miles. This, out of the 3 10Ks I've run recently, Cardiff, Frampton, and this one, even at the end, I felt the least gassed on this one. And then I dropped to 5:22, and then in the 6th mile, 5:24. Now, by the 6th mile, I could not get 3rd place, and 4th place was too far behind me. We were just strung out. So I was like, right, whatever you do, do not get complacent. You are going to run a good time here. I have my watch set on my lap screen, so I never ever want to see the overall time, what I'm running. So all I could see was the laps that I was splitting off. I knew roughly it was going to be mid 3:30, so I thought, don't get complacent, keep going, keep working. Despite not being able to catch 3rd place or have anyone behind me, just keep working. And yeah, I dropped to 5:24, and then came up the smallest of uphills in the course, up through the alleyway, onto the grass, to the finishing. There was no sprint finish there, it was 5:24 pace again, but it was consistent. And yeah, came in on my watch, on my thing, 5:23 per mile, 13:36, sorry. Absolute madness. I didn't know if marathon training would take away my sharpness. What this training block is doing for me is making me ridiculously aerobically fit. Just by dialing everything back a little bit and running easy runs at slower paces and moderate runs slightly slower means that I've got more gas in the tank for my sessions, and I'm just feeling fresher as the weeks go by. So a word out there. I think when I complete this training block, this might completely shift the way that I train in the future, because I can't begin to explain just how fit I feel. So this is a massive step forward, and I cannot thank each and every one of you guys enough for following along with the journey. Obviously you can check out all my stuff on Strava, you can follow all my runs, but just your comments on YouTube and everything, it means the world to me, and I love to be able to deliver these types of performances. We all have bad days. I've had plenty of them, and I share them on Strava and I share them with the world on YouTube, but it's great to have days like this so that I can show you that this type of training is paying off. Much more aerobically focused this time, as I've said a million times over, and I'll reiterate it again. I do not want to get to London marathon fit. I want to get to London aerobically fit. I'm not interested in sharpening up. I'm interested in being able to run really well for a long period of time. Does that make sense? So just banking those really long runs, getting loads of longer miles in. I'm not interested so much. I'm doing one marathon pace specific session a week. That's it. I'm not interested in doing anything else. So that's my little side ramble and race recap for today. Thank you so much. What a result. So happy. Appreciate all of you for sticking around, and great to see so many of you here today that came over and said thank you and hi and everything. It was great to meet you all. So yeah, appreciate it. If you enjoyed today, guys, please do give this one a like, share it with friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Until then.